All right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. This is your boy Cornelius Jones, 10-minute investing. If you're one of the first people to watch this video, then I hope you'll be joining me 11 a.m. this morning. Gonna do a live Cryptex back office presentation. Gonna show everybody everything about Cryptex. Gonna help you have a clear understanding about the DeFi staking protocols and how they work. Then I'm going to give some instructions, and then I'm going to choose 18 people. I'm going to purchase you a contract. I'm going to prove to you that Cryptex is legit. So that is today, 11 a.m. The link to the Zoom meeting is in the description of the video. But today's video is about USDr. USDr. I've been reading a lot of comments. I read y'all's comments. A lot of people, I believe, would like me to talk about USDr. And so I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it for a little bit. I'm going to address a few comments here that I thought were very interesting. And based on the comments that I'm reading and the likes that the comments are getting, most likely there are a few of you out there who feel the same way. So I'm going to read this comment and I'm going to address it. All right, so let's get into it. This person says, bro, no other YouTuber is even mentioning Cryptex at all, not even the big boys that have 100+ subs. You're the only one. I'm sure you're paid somehow, because nobody is going to push a product if they're not getting a piece of the pie. Another thing, you got me involved in that USDr crap. That was a total scam. I can't take your recommendations seriously anymore. Your content is good otherwise. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So yeah, you're right. A lot of people are not talking about Cryptex. That has nothing to do with it, whether it's legit or not, because I'm the only one that's talking about it. The number of subs you have has nothing to do with anything, right? But if you trust the people that have 100K subs and just want to follow them, then that's you. Do what works for you. All right. So want to address this USDr thing here. Listen to how he words this. Another thing, you got me involved in that USDr crap. As if it's my fault. You got me involved. I got you involved? I'm sorry, do I know you? Did I call you on your phone? Did I text you? Did I send you a personal email and said, I am a guy on a screen to you? I don't know you, yet I'm responsible. So if you bought something solely because some guy on YouTube said you should, who has the bigger problem here? You got to take responsibility for your own choices. Because I said very clearly to do your own research, do your own due diligence. I explained very clearly in the very beginning that this is an illiquid coin that has a lot of flashes. It spikes and then goes right back down to zero. It spikes and goes right back down to zero. I've been saying that from the very beginning. It's just that since this last time it went down to zero, we ain't had a spike since. And it's been out at zero for a long time. This is the longest we've seen it, stay at zero. Regardless of all of that, I gave the instructions so that people who, if you were gonna decide to invest in USDr, there was a safe way and a profitable way to do it. Most of the people, this is what everybody needs to understand. Most of the people who invested in USDr profited, period. And those are the people that followed the directions that I gave. Number one, I told people when to get in. I told people how to take profits. I spent hours on the phone with people one-on-one, helping them set their wallets up and helping them set up their market orders. Their limit orders, and explaining to them how to execute the market orders. And many people took profits. Most people took profits, just like I said. Now, I spent $200 into USDr personally. I made back $1,200 in profits. And I still have 1.5 billion coins left. Told people to take profits and keep your forever bag just in case. We'll see what happens. And so now USDr is at a flatline zero. But it's not over. When the new financial system is in place, we'll see what happens with USDR. That's when we'll know for sure. When stable coins are an adopted thing, it's a regular thing, and USDR is still at 0, then that's when I will 100% know, okay, I was wrong on USDR. Okay? But we're not there yet. And the people that invested like I did are not upset because they either, first of all, they profited, and number two, most importantly, they didn't invest money that they could not afford to lose. Check out this next comment. Somebody replied and said, "Facts, bro. He has legit content as far as talking about crypto politics and the crypto market." Thank you. But as far as insider investments, I'm out. I lost a lot of money from listening to him about that USDR coin, and it was a total scam. You hear what he said? I lost, and he put in all bold, all caps, a lot of money from listening to him. So it sounds like he's a little salty about this. So watch my response, people. I said, oh, so he's saying it's my fault. I listened to you and I lost a lot of money. That's what he's saying. That's his point. I said, if you listen to me, then you only invested money that you could afford to lose. It sounds like you didn't. That's on you, bro. That's on you, bro. This is crypto. I am human and I can be wrong. Period. I'm not God. I'm not Jesus. I'm not a prophet. I am a guy who does research, and I'm very genuine about the things that I promote. That doesn't mean I'm gonna be right all the time. Now, on another post, someone said, they mentioned, they're saying that I lost credibility, right? You lost credibility with that, that not Cryptex, with that USDR crap, something like that. Well, listen, I understand in some people's eyes that may be the case, but here's the truth. The people who are feeling that like that most likely are the people who lost money. And if you lost money and are upset at me about it, it's because you invested the wrong way. Take responsibility for your own investment. I was about to cuss. I held it back. You got to take it. Y'all got to take responsibility, man. I did this the right way. I made money. I'm not upset. A whole bunch of people made money. And I can prove it even in this comments thread. When I said that, this video, and I mean, people liked it. I think it had like 7 likes or something like that, where I said most of the people invested in USDR and followed my directions profited. And I think about 7 people liked it. So obviously there's some people out there that profited, and there are many, many more, right? So I did this the right way. Don't blame me because you did it the wrong way. Picking a coin is just the first step. You got to get in at the right time. You got to get out at the right time, right? So the verdict is still out on USDR. Here is my advice at this point. The value is at 0. So just hold it. You can't, why sell it now, right? If you put, $500 into USDR and now the value's down to $1 or whatever, pennies or whatever. You gonna sell and to get those pennies? No, you're just gonna let it sit there. And who knows, maybe one day in the future, maybe even by next year when everything is an adopted form, something happens with USDR. That remains to be seen, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really hoping for it at this point. I'm not thinking about USDR. Flip a coin. Heads, it reaches $1 and it has a real role to play in the financial system here in the US especially. Tails, it just never gained the liquidity it needed and the project totally falls off. Heads or tails, man. That's where I'm at. Flip the coin. Whether it drops heads or tails, I already profited. I already won. And many, many people did the same thing. They already profited. They already won. Okay? So that's my take on USDR. If you mad at me about USDR, pick a finger. Not this one. Not this one. Pick a finger. That's how I feel about it, man. I am just a person. I did it with good conscience and I did it with good character. I told people to do it the right way. If you didn't do it the right way, it's your fault. That's how I feel about it. Those are my true thoughts. All right. So I don't have nothing else to say about USDr. One more thing you may want to know about USDr, you got to come to the Discord group. At this point, there's no information you can get that's going to help your investment, right? If there was some information I felt you needed that would, to improve your position, I would give it out publicly. But I know what happened to USDr. I know exactly the company that reported it as a scam. I have some intel from my group on what happened with that and why that company did that and what happened with them. They were an investor in USDr as well, and things didn't go the way they were thinking it should go, right? You can be a big investor and not understand crypto. I know those details from my investment group, from someone who has some intel. But if you want to find that out, you got to come to the Discord group. That's private information. But that information is not going to change the investment, right? It's just for people who want to know, right? So that's all I have to say about USDr, people. Don't really have much else to say about that. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys on the Cryptex meeting. We'll be back on XRP content coming up tomorrow.